Good afternoon. We are here for the Murray City Municipal Council Committee of the Whole meeting, April 1st, 2025. First thing that we need to do is approve the Committee of the Whole minutes for March 4th, 2025. Do I have a motion and a second?
I move to approve the minutes of the Committee of the Whole, March 4th, 2025.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, any abstention? See, none of that. The minutes are approved. Now we'll go on to our next. Discussion number 1 on an ordinance amending section 2.24.050, the heading of chapter 2.38 and section 2.38.010. 2.38020 and 2.40.020 of the Murray City Municipal Code, changing all reference from the Heritage Center to the Senior Recreation Center, GL, which field will be present.
Should we excuse Adam?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are excusing Adam until 5 o'clock. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. This is a request to amend these ordinances in the ordinance heading to reflect a change in the name of the senior center from Heritage Center, Senior Rec Center. We changed that name several years ago, and these are simply cleanup, if you will, changes to make that consistent, but we changed the name too.
Why is Murray City on the front of that?
The front, it's L. Clark Cushing is what it's on, is what it's named after.
Did he pay money for his name?
I don't know. I wasn't here when that happened.
I know the name. Who is it? I mean, he was a well-known in Murray, I wonder.
Doug may know, I don't know. L. Clark Cushing?
L. Clark Cushing. Why that was named?
Clark Cushing was a commissioner of back in the days when Murray City had its commissioner form of government. So before city council, the city had 3 commissioners that were elected to represent their areas or the city. And Clark was instrumental during the time that he was a commissioner, and he was over Parks and Recreation. And so a lot of I think the senior center and a lot of the Parks and Recreation facilities at that time, Clark had his hand in.
So we're taking his name off the...
No, it's still there, but in references in the code,
Okay,
it had been shortened to Heritage Center.
okay.
It's now shortened to Senior Recreation Center,
But
but his name's still
L.
is.
Clark Cushing will still be there?
Mhm.
Okay, that's the only question I have. Because if he gave money or if there is something written in a law or an ordinance saying that he gave an estate money for that
I don't
building?
believe he made a donation, it was just his service.
Okay,
An honorarium.
okay. Any other questions from the council?
None.
Nope, I was just wondering why Murray City wasn't part of that.
I don't know.
Well, it would make it very long if you did that. L. Clark Cushing, Murray City, Senior Stiff. Yeah.
Can't even say it.
I can't even say it.
Can we do the initials?
It's in-
We gotta be careful.
I mean, it's in the Murray City Code, and that's just assumed that it's ours, obviously. So, the actual name itself is after Mr.
We
Cushing.
could just have this City Hall.
Yeah. That's how I refer to it.
I can tell this is gonna
I'm
go
just-
well. This is off to a bad start.
Can't make your job too easy, so.
No, believe me, it's not easy. Any other questions?
I don't, just the L. Clark Cushing,
Okay.
and if he gave any money or some kind of inheritance that
He really
the
deserved it.
recreation center, whatever, the senior center gets monthly, yearly, whatever. Okay, all righty, thanks.
Oh, darn it.
Oh my.
Okay, discussion item number 2 on a resolution authorizing, ratifying the execution of an internal local cooperation agreement between the city and Salt Lake County to provide election services to assist the city in conducting the city's 2025 municipal election. Brooke Smith is presenting. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. This is just a quick introduction of our interlocal agreement that we do with the county to run our municipal elections. And we created a couple slides just to highlight some of the things that they do. Some major changes this year is they do have a 24-hour surveillance on the on the drop boxes. And they do have to, by law, keep this storage and the footage of those videos for approximately a year.
Can I ask, so it's
Yeah.
footage? Okay.
Footage, yeah, footage.
Right, so not physically eyeballs on
No.
it, it's video.
Yeah, video, yeah, and that's
Gotcha.
all done with camera. They do daily ballot reconciliations and custody chain of logs, and then do recent real and perceived threats from the Salt Lake County, and nationally, the county now utilizes the sheriff's office deputies to retrieve ballots daily from the drop boxes instead of volunteers. So that's a little bit of an additional cost we've got going. They also do the ballot layouts, the printing, the mailing, delivery. They do audits. They have the machines and equipment and tabulating and basically everything behind the scenes for the election. So do a lot of great work. Just for some statistics, we have about 28.5 thousand active voters, and we do have 4 elected offices being run today. That active voter number will change with the annexation area, but it'll be like 50 people. So just to give you, our cost estimates will shift just a little bit.
That's in your district?
3,
Yeah.
district, yeah.
Okay.
The county gave us a good faith estimate for the cost, and it's basically based on how many people are going to be in the primary versus the general election. And if you're in the primary, you have to be in the primary, there has to be more than 2 candidates running. So if there's 2 or less, then they just go to the general and skip that. And then also the ranked choice voting will take away some of the primary people. So they gave us a range. That base scenario is basically taken off because there's already going to be some agencies that will have less than 2 people running, or they're doing ranked choice voting. So that's not even accessible to us now. And then we've got a high participation, which is 2/3 of the participating entities will run a primary. And that's going to be an estimate of about $120,000. And then the low participation, which is 1/3, is up to close to $220,000. For the estimate for the election, I did a median of the total, and I rounded it up to $170,000 for our election. I'm hoping it will be a little bit less than that, but I wanted to give us a little cushion.
Why is the cost so much more on the low participation for the primary?
For the primary, for the low participation, wait, what are you saying?
So low participation.
It seems backwards, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
That's
So
what I'm
on the high
understanding.
participation, you're 38,000 for the primary, but for the low, you've got 137,000.
So the low basically means only 1/3 of the agencies are doing a primary, so there's less agencies.
Gotcha. Okay, so overall cost, they split it amongst everybody.
Yeah,
Cool, that was confusing for me.
it is very confusing. And then I just have any questions?
I think that was the one I had, was the
Yeah,
cost.
yeah, that cost,
Just
they could have cleaned it up a little bit.
curious, what did previous elections cost us?
That is a great question, and I've got that. It was not as expensive, I will tell you that.
170,000.
Yeah, in fact, they talked about that, committee of our mayors and they were council mayors, and it went up a lot, and they called the county and they pretty much wrong.
Is the county on the verge of pricing themselves out, or?
They just said, do it yourself.
Yeah.
You can do it yourself if you
Right.
want.
It does,
Good luck with that.
I know, that's where I'll go.
elections that I can forward to you guys, it kind of explains more in detail why
Yeah.
they made this decision.
I think last year nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry, let me pull up a different one. Spreadsheet, annual yearly cost. So last year we spent $63.4 thousand.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
That was not a mayoral
Oh, that's
election.
right.
That does
yeah,
make
that's
sense.
true. Okay, so last mayoral, yeah.
Because it's
So we had it.
Oh, 60,000.
That one plus.
60,000 Los Mayor.
Yeah.
So we could be almost 3
100,000.
plus, yeah, on the high end, 3 times what it was
Yeah.
before.
Oh, yeah, I do have.
Paranoia is expensive.
The code, there is a code, I do have a little slide saying the county policy is basically, the county shall establish an interlocal contract for service at the level which reflects the full cost and the actual direct costs plus overhead costs. So they only charge us the actual accrued cost, and that will be billed to us later on. And they did try to explain it to you with inflations and some of the
Is Tooele County looking for some business? Just saying.
I will say, I've gone to, they do testing and, they call it a testing and accuracy report, that you can go, the public can go. And the county is very, well established. They've got other cities and states checking out how they do it because their procedures are so well done. So I'm very confident with the security of our election process. And that's gonna cost us some money.
Can we go into the election business and run elections for other cities also?
right.
I mean, yeah,
We started tomorrow.
why not?
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanna take on that risk, but, but yeah, they do a good job for what they provide. But yeah, it is expensive. It is very expensive.
So this is for full-on mailing ballot.
There'll be mail-in and, we'll have the day elections.
Okay.
We might be at early voting center. I haven't heard yet, whether we're gonna be selected for the early voting.
Okay.
But they do like our facility, so I
And we weren't
won't be
last time, were
surprised.
we? Yeah.
Yeah, but they were here for the presidential election and they really liked our facility. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come back.
And how much do we charge for candidates?
I believe it's $95 to file
Yeah.
for candidacy.
It would be free, remember?
Yeah,
I know,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Do you see this going to be changing and be a lot more money when 2028, is it? When?
for the county to run our elections? Oh, I don't know. Depends on what happens to the market and the inflation.
Because they voted that in,
Yeah.
the legislators did, on that new voting procedure.
Procedure and, well, and then you have to, I think you have to identify yourself when you turn in
Yes.
stuff. So that will be extra manpower as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Made of money.
Yep.
Do you think they're gonna move the ballot box? I know you don't know that question, you could get it.
We
Where's
just-
City Hall?
We just talked about this. Yeah, we did get several complaints last year for the ballot box not being close to us. The county just called this afternoon and asked about moving it, so we're in discussion.
Oh, perfect.
Do you guys have a preference? Would you like it here? 'Cause
Oh, I think
it
it's
makes sense
great
here.
if it's here, because your utility billing box is here.
Yeah, and that's where we'd probably put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour would be,
I think it should be too.
because that's just the through street.
Yeah, but I think we'd have to put it on the Eagle side.
Yeah, probably.
And so I don't know if they would want us to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious about that. Well, if there's no other questions, I will adjourn this meeting and we'll reconvene at 5 o'clock in the council office. Council